Good morning. Okay, today is February 6, 2024. So if we look at what happened yesterday with ES, we came down early, broke below the 64 level, which was for me was the line in the sand. We took the short trade live in the room, and I covered around here when I started seeing some volume picking up. I think it covered at 43. It's it was something like 46. I think I got 13 points or something like that, 16 points, I can't remember, but it was a nice way to start the day yesterday. Then we found buyers around here in this low volume area that we had marked in our charts, and literally we had very shallow pullbacks the whole day, and we kept going all the way, entered back into the overnight range, and then traded there for a while, then broke above it. Actually, I don't think we broke above the overnight range, but anyway, we kept pushing higher and we got to 77.5. And then we had a nice pullback by the end of the session. All of this to tell you that this low volume area held very nicely. I think for now this low is safe, but we had all this action happened inside the previous day, so it's an inside day. So the rule says that you have to take the breaks outside of the inside day, right? So if we go above 78, then we go with a break. And then if we are able to get below 38, then we go with that break. Then the overnight session is also inside of yesterday's session. So, range is contracting. That means that eventually they will expand again when we break out of this range. So, for now, inventory is balanced. We're still one-time framing up on the daily until we break the previous low. Then we'll be considered to be in balance again. As far as economic releases today, we have Yellen talking at 10 a.m., which I'm sure we're gonna get some moves at 10 when she speaks. At 11 a.m. we have New York Fed quarterly household credit report. At 12 we have Feds again. We had at 1 p.m. also some Fed speaking. The 3-year note auction. At 2 p.m. we have Fed Collins speak also. So I think it's gonna be a interesting day today. They're gonna use those, Fed speaking to run stops, to move stuff around. So be careful today. I think trade small, especially around those times when we have this Fed speaking. So the plan is to watch for the overnight high. If it breaks, target the yesterday's high. If it breaks, target this high volume at 80. And then we have some at a little bit of high volume at 89, and then the previous high, which is up here at 49.97, and eventually tag the 5,000. Like I said, we're aiming for this 50-30 area. If we break and we continue the uptrend. On the lower end, I'm gonna pull up the other chart. We're looking for the same volume, low volume area that held yesterday. We're looking for that to hold, but if it doesn't hold in the 34 to 38 area, if it doesn't hold, we have 49.30, which is what that high volume node that also held on Friday, and then we have the 49.16, which has been the level with most volume for the few weeks in January. And then if we are back into this range, then I would look for 4900 to travel the other side of this range. But now it looks like we're putting a new range above, and this area right here around 4960 is likely to get filled, and all of this become the new range, right? So it wouldn't surprise me if we today's, we chop around and we go back and forth in this area and put in some volume. So I'm gonna wait and see what happens, which way. If we're gonna, in order for me to take a short, I want this highs to be broken, this highs to be broken, right? The overnight and this one, a failed breakout, and then a reversal. And then for a reversal, then I would target this 67. If we get that, I would look for that after 10 a.m. If we continue the move lower, then I would target this area 55. And for a long trade, ideally I would want to look for it here, right? Like in the 30s, 36 area. Maybe like a break below this and then a reversal into this 50s and then the 60s, 67 area. Those would be ideal, but if not, like I said, go with a break of the range. The thing is, breakouts are kind of hard to trade, but if we see a strong push with strong volume, living imbalances, aka single prints, then that's where we want to join those breakouts. Also, when those happen, look at volatility as an indicator, right? Like if you see that this is breaking but volatility is barely moving down, then I will be a little careful. Same thing on the lower side. If we don't see volatility picking up on the breakout to the downside, then I will be a little careful. Maybe that's a failed breakout and then we can fade it. For NQ, let's see, NQ, where are you, NQ? NQ. Hold on 1 second, bear with me. Okay, NQ is a little more, it already filled out all this area, right? So there's a little bit of low volume here, but to me this looks like a whole huge range from 17,500 to whatever, 17,800. So I mean, NQ can go crazy, right? It can go it can take the whole range in a day. So I'll be looking for all these references above to break, and then attempt eventually to get to that 1800 level. But any failure to break this high, like if we break and then start turning back, I would look for this level 17,710 as a target, which is a 20-day point of control and the 5-day point of control. That would be the one thing that I would look for in NQ, because this is kind of messy. maybe a long around this area, 17,630. And then if we get here, that's a stronger support, 17,500. And then, you know, move back to 17,530 and then look for those high volume areas to target. All right, good luck everybody, and remember, set your alarm for the Fed speaking. Don't get caught up in that, and good luck.